Hello everyone, it's day 3 for me in Zambia, so I thought I'd give everyone an update on what's been going on. First of all, I've met the guys which are running the project in Zambia. They picked me up from the airport, which was great. So there's a guy called Ian. He's actually Australian but has been living in Zambia for about 15 years now. He's the project coordinator, and so he's running the park and everything to do with this organisation. Then there's Hanneke. Hanneke is a Dutch girl. She's been doing this job for the last 6 months or so, and she's looking after marketing and tourism and development. And then there's Fred. Fred's the kind of chief accountant. He's based here in this office in Lusaka, whereas the other two kind of spend 50% of their time at the project and then 50% of their time in Lusaka. So they're kind of all over the place. I've just been finding about this area. This area is massive. It's about 6,000 square kilometres, which has got to be twice the size of Cheshire, so that's really large. It's about 90,000 people living in there. It's a really important wetland and could be equally as important as the Okavango Delta, but unfortunately it's just not being managed correctly, so hardly anyone knows about it. There's no tourists going there, and people are just fishing and poaching everything that they can find. Some of the chiefs in the area have realised this is unsustainable, so they've decided to form an alliance with African Parks and with ZAWA, which is the Zambian Wildlife Authority, to really kind of bring them in to manage this area so that it can realise its full potential. The park, or the area, is called Benguelu, and it's divided up into 6 chiefdoms. Each chiefdom has its own community resource board, and some are not well run and some are a little bit better run than others, and their job really is just to make sure that they're managing the natural resources. The area where I'm going to be based, I'm going to be based in looking after a campsite called Nskubi. And this is in Chief Copper's area. He's kind of the king of the Bisa tribe, so he's the paramount chief for this area. And then I'll be staying in a house about 5 k's away in Chikuni. Chikuni, this house doesn't have very much electricity. It's got one solar pump for water, and it's got one solar panel for a light, and I think there's one plug there, but there's nothing else there, so it's going to be quite remote. And this is all about 2 hours away from Ian and Hanneke, and then they're probably about 3 hours away from the nearest big town, so it's a real remote area. It should be really interesting.